All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music in real time for a couple of real people out there, just like you right there, and just like me right here. Okay, before I get going, I got two albums to show you. This is Perfect Plan's second album, Time for a Miracle. Fantastic record. This is their debut album, which, again, was really groundbreaking as far as modern melodic rock goes. Another band from Sweden. They have a new album coming out soon called Brace for Impact. I'm going to be talking about that. But there are a few bands out there trying to, you know, carry the torch. Hey, somebody just passed me the torch. This is a lot like White Snake or Foreigner, and a few other things, Journey-ish kind of, but vocally, Kent Hilly, who is the lead singer, who he's everywhere. He's on this new project that Tony Hernando put out called Restless Spirits. He sings lead for the band Giant now, as they released an album earlier this year, and Kent was singing lead vocals for them. So he's everywhere. And he's got solo music out there on top of all of that. His solo material is quite different than the Perfect Plan stuff, but really great melodic rock, keeping the spirit of that genre going. Who isn't keeping the spirit of the genre going? Okay, sorry, David Lee Roth, right? So someone sent me a link. My patron Zuma, I think he's a patron. Anyway, he sent me a link and he said, watch this video of David Lee Roth at the airport. And it's got like 77,000 views or something on it. And it seems like a fan who saw Dave, started rolling his, phone. I was going to say tape, but there is no tape. And did a nice little back and forth with David Lee Roth. At one point, he asks Roth, hey, are you up for a tribute? And Roth says, yeah, a tribute to me? And another thing I noticed, right, is this whole Roth lives, like on these new songs, the artwork or the thumbnail or whatever you want to call it, it says Roth lives, as if Roth was almost dead, right? And we know who's dead right now. It's Ed. Ed is no longer here. So I don't know if that's in good taste, number one. It's almost like saying, well, Ed's dead, but I'm still here. I'm alive. Like, me, focus the attention on me. And this has been bizarre to me since Ed's passed away, and nobody seems to be calling this out. Nobody seems to care. There has been no Eddie Van Halen tribute. People are lining up, though, for the second Taylor Hawkins tribute. I just saw another article about it, and it's perplexing to me. It's just bizarre. And I'm not sure why there's this sort of reluctance to acknowledge that maybe, Roth is capitalizing on the fact that Ed's no longer here. Like, he can steer the ship by himself. He wrote the songs, right? So he can go out there and perform them and do new versions of them. And like I said in the last video, he's going to at least benefit, I would say, somewhat financially from putting his own versions out there, which will be in perpetuity side by side with the Van Halen versions, which again are untouchable. The Van Halen versions of every song are completely untouchable. Roth does not sound horrible on these tracks. I mean, compared to what he sounded like in Vegas, but comparing, David Lee Roth in 1980, whatever, to David Lee Roth now, it's just not the same. Okay. And vocally speaking, even Ted Templeman said that Roth wasn't the strongest candidate to be in this band. And they actually looked at Sammy Hagar even before they started putting music out there, thinking, hey, maybe Sammy would be better. He's in Montrose, and everybody knew what Sam was all about. Dave ends up being the better frontman, the better showman. But I think overall, most people would agree Sammy was the better singer, especially long term, right? Although, again, if you like Dave's writing style, you love the Dave version of Van Halen more than you would like the Sammy Hagar version. I like them both, right? I like both versions of Van Halen, but it's a bit depressing that it seems like now that Ed's gone, like Dave is kind of trying to capitalize on the fact that he's gone. Somebody interviews him at the airport and talks about a tribute, and he said, a tribute to me. I'll try to find the link to the video and put it in the description so you can watch it, and you can make your own judgments upon David Lee Roth. Look, it's Dave being Dave. Typical, hey, I'm the ringmaster. He played a gig, I guess, in Cabo, a birthday party, right? Just a private party. Somebody had some money and said, and that might be more lucrative for Dave. There's no overhead there, right? You just get one big lump sum. You play the gig, you do a little personal interaction, and then you leave. I think it's probably easier than doing the whole run of shows in Vegas. But again, if any city was designed for David Lee Roth, it's probably Las Vegas, right? It kind of is. So I just wanted to put that out there. It just seems like in bad taste. Why would you say Roth lives? Did anyone think you were dead? No. Who's dead? Eddie Van Halen is dead and still hasn't been given a proper tribute, other than the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who just released a song called Eddie you can go listen to. It's a good song. It's not my favorite band in the world. I do like them. People say, how come you don't like them a lot? Because I just don't. Their style at times grates on me, but I think they're really good musicians. And if you like them, I understand why you like them. And in this case, I applaud them for at least recognizing Eddie Van Halen in a song. I bet they were all sitting around going, how come no one's done a tribute to Ed yet? I mean, was it Chad Smith, the drummer, hangs out with Sammy Hagar, was in Chickenfoot with Sammy Hagar, probably thinking to himself, this is kind of weird. Let's do a song about Eddie Van Halen. And I'm sure everybody was like, agreed. And you've got Rick Rubin as your producer. So pretty smart. But David Lee Roth not doing songs about Ed. Everybody says that some of these tunes he's released were about Eddie Van Halen, and they really weren't. They were about the whole Van Halen experience at the beginning, and it wasn't aimed at any one person. It was just a nostalgic look back at those early years in the band. So I don't know, folks. Once again, hear these guys. They are great. If you haven't heard them before, check them out. Perfect Plan. They have a brand new record coming out not too long from now called Brace for Impact. And I'm here in Southwest Florida, and we've got this hurricane out there called Hurricane Ian. And so I am going to brace for impact here. Hopefully I don't lose power. If you don't see any videos for a while, you'll know why. Although I guess I could do it old school, try to upload from the phone using 4G or something in the backyard like I used to. So you never know. Maybe I'll do some, reporting, some weather reporting, and I'll show you all the damage. I'll walk around, and I did that during Hurricane Irma. I don't know if those videos are still up, but I just put them out there because it was pretty crazy, pretty devastating. I don't want to be without electricity for 2 weeks. More importantly, I don't want to be without air conditioning here in Florida for 2 weeks, right? So pray that the thing goes even further west, goes a different direction, and then just weakens and doesn't do any damage. But I doubt that's going to happen. So anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Patreon, $1 a month. I need your support as always, and I will see you soon.